Parallel Love. It's a story of two lovebirds. So the stories begin with something like this. There was a boy who lived in his own universe. A life full of debts and people constantly chasing him. Tired of running and hiding, he escaped into a deep jungle to save himself. While walking through the forest, his foot suddenly struck something sharp. He screamed in pain and fell. Blood began to flow from his foot. In anger, he picked up the object, an old, mysterious knife. The moment he opened it, a powerful lightning burst out of the blade and shot straight into the sky. The sky trembled, and suddenly a gate opened, a doorway to a parallel universe. Before he could understand anything, he was pulled inside. When he opened his eyes, everything looked normal. Trees, roads, people, nothing seemed strange. At first, he thought it was all his imagination, but something felt different. As he walked out of the jungle, he noticed that no one was chasing him anymore. Suddenly, he felt dizzy and collapsed near a hospital. A lady doctor found him and gave him treatment. When he regained consciousness, he realized he was lying on a hospital bed. While resting, he saw a doctor walking past his room, a man who looked exactly like his friend from his own universe. Thinking it was his friend, he called out to him, but the doctor ignored him. Confused and emotional, the boy ran after him and said, "I know I owe you money, but will you ignore me too?" The doctor stepped back and replied, "I don't know you. Please don't talk to me like this." At that moment, fear filled his heart. Slowly, he began to remember what had happened in the jungle. He searched the knife online and scanned it for information. He discovered that ancient kings once fought over this knife. During one battle, the knife fell into a very deep ravine filled with water and disappeared. Over time, the water dried up and the knife came back to the surface. Legend said that when this knife was opened, it could take a person into a parallel universe. The police investigated his case. Doctors questioned him. "I am not from this universe," he told them. Everyone laughed. They said, "Parallel universes don't exist. Anything can be uploaded on the internet. Quantum theory was never proven." No one believed him. Not even the lady doctor. Still, seeing his helpless condition, she agreed to help him. She allowed him to stay in a small room above her house, only for 1 week. Every day he told her the same truth. "I don't belong to this universe." She listened, but she didn't believe. Days passed, and slowly they grew closer. He started liking her, and without realizing it, she started liking him too. One day, while they were shopping together, she suddenly froze. She saw another man, a man who looked exactly like him. She was shocked. At that moment, she finally believed that parallel universes are real. One evening, after finishing her hospital shift, some boys started harassing her on the road. Suddenly, the boy appeared and fought them. But there were too many of them. To save themselves, they ran into the jungle. The knife was still in his pocket. In desperation, he used it against the boys. When he opened the knife, lightning burst out again, and the boys were injured. That was when he looked at the sky. The red moon had appeared. His body slowly began to turn into sand. The girl cried and asked, "What's happening to you?" He smiled sadly and said, "The time has come. I'm going back to my universe." She begged him, "Please don't leave me. How will I live without you?" He replied softly, "This is not in my control. Goodbye." And slowly, he disappeared. He returned to his own universe. Two hearts that loved each other were separated forever. The end parallel. Love, a love that existed between two worlds but could never survive in one. If you want more stories like Thus Then, subscribe Factopia Stories channel.